When he said those words, I didn't flinch. "Pack your things. Your sister needs your room." His voice was casual, dismissive, like I was some guest overstaying my welcome. I nodded once, quiet, then walked to my room, every step echoing like a countdown in my head. They thought they'd won. They thought I'd finally break. But they didn't know the truth. They didn't know I already owned the house they were standing in. I used to think loyalty ran in our blood. I believed family was sacred, unshakable. I was wrong. It started after Mom passed away. Grief changes people. But it didn't just change my father, it revealed him. The man who once taught me to fight for what's right started fighting for what's his, even if it wasn't. He remarried within months. The woman he chose, Sadia, was all charm and calculation. She smiled at me like a mother, but looked at me like competition. And her daughter, Alina, my so-called sister, mirrored every sneer, every whisper. I tried to belong. I tried to make peace. But peace was never their plan. The shift came slowly. My clothes missing from the closet. My name erased from bills. The lock on my door changed one evening by mistake. Then the whispers. Low, sharp, deliberate. One night, I overheard them in the kitchen. "He's not contributing," Sadia said. "Why keep him here?" My father didn't argue, just sighed, like he'd been waiting for her to say it. Then his words. "Once the bank finalizes the auction, this will all be under my name anyway." That's when I learned the house, our house, was being repossessed. Debt, loans, lies he never told me. But what struck me wasn't the financial ruin, it was how easily he planned to let me go. Like I was part of the debt. I didn't confront him. I didn't cry. I simply nodded to myself. "Fine. You want to play dirty? I'll clean up quietly." I started working longer hours. Every penny counted. I learned how auctions worked, property laws. I read everything. Mortgage clauses, auction rights, bidder registration. And then I found the date. The auction date. While they slept soundly, confident the house would soon be theirs, I was building a war chest in silence. I reached out to a friend in real estate, used his firm to bid anonymously. Cash ready. No trace to me. I wasn't just planning revenge. I was purchasing justice. The auction was quiet, impersonal. A handful of bidders in a sterile hall. Lot number 47, 16 Cedar Lane. My home. I watched as the opening bid flashed on the screen. Their name wasn't there. Mine was, hidden behind a trust account. With every raise, I saw their arrogance collapsing in my mind. When the final gavel fell, the house was mine. No cheers, no satisfaction yet, just silence. I waited, let the papers go through, let them believe everything was normal. Days later, a letter arrived in their mailbox. Notice of property transfer. Dad called me downstairs, confusion in his voice. "Someone bought the house. They're taking over in a week." His hands trembled slightly. Sadia's smile cracked. I kept my expression calm. "That's awful," I said. "What will you do?" He shrugged, already defeated. "We'll manage." He didn't even ask if I had somewhere to go. And then tonight happened. "Pack your things. Your sister needs your room," he said again, his tone sharper this time, like a final order. I obeyed, folded my clothes neatly, took my time. They didn't notice the envelope I left on the table. They didn't see the official seal. When the courier knocked that evening, I heard their laughter fade mid-sentence. Papers unfolded. Silence stretched. Then my father's voice, low, stunned. "This can't be right." Sadia snatched the pages. "Who the hell is the new owner?" I stepped into the doorway. Me. Their faces drained of color, disbelief curdling into dread. I watched as realization crawled over them, every smirk, every slight, every betrayal flashing back in their eyes. "You bought this house?" Dad's voice cracked. "Yes," I said simply, "at the auction, legally, paid in full." I leaned against the wall, arms crossed. "You wanted me out? Consider your wish granted. But now, you'll be the ones packing." No shouting, no theatrics. Just stillness, the kind that suffocates. They left within days. Alina's tears didn't move me. Sadia's curses bounced off walls that no longer belonged to her. My father couldn't even look me in the eye. When the door closed behind them, the house felt quiet again, clean, like it had been waiting for this. I stood in the living room, sunlight cutting across the floorboards, and finally exhaled. Revenge isn't always fire and fury. Sometimes it's a signature on a deed, a silent victory. They taught me betrayal. I answered with ownership. Now, every corner of this house whispers one truth. You can throw me out of your room, but never out of my own story.